Welcome to this Grandma's Life podcast. I'm your host, theciaellis. Today is April 22nd, 2025, and this is episode 79, Preparing for the Next Great Depression. Where do I start? In this episode, we're going to cover the next step in preparing for the next Great Depression. So we're on to the main subject. Where do I start? Are you ready for the next Great Depression? And you're wondering, we've already started episode 48. If you go back and listen to or watch them on this on the YouTube channel, or you can go and listen to it audio only on this Grandma's Life. Okay, so episode 48 was my introduction. Episode 50 was how much do you eat, and that was a breakdown of trying to determine how much food do you need to keep in your house and prepare to keep for certain lengths of time. And 56 is prepping. This was a look at solely the prepping aspect of preparing for a Great Depression. Basically beans, bullets, and Band-Aids and freeze dried 25-year shelf life food. Episode 72 was the homesteading aspect of it, where you grow your own food and take care and do your own butchering and do all that kind of stuff too. And the last one was episode 76, and this was homesteading combined with prepping. You have your beans, bullets, and Band-Aids, but you also raise your own food, and I like that one. So with these episodes already under your belt, you may begin to wonder, so how do I start? Okay, do I really believe there's going to be a next Great Depression? Should I care? Whether you choose to believe that there's going to be another Great Depression, or even if it will occur in your lifetime, the concepts I will share with you in this episode will be helpful for you, regardless of the economy or your financial status in any stage of your life. Okay, so a quick Google search asking where do I start to prepare for the Great Depression, next Great Depression, brought up these three major steps to take. Number one, financial resilience. Number two, self-reliance skills. Number three, strengthen community networks. Okay, so number one, in the financial resilience category, they suggest that you do 3 to 6 months of living expenses. So aim for 3 to 6 months of your total income. Save back the money to cover all of your day-to-day expenses: housing, food, transportation, insurance premium payments, etc. You may want to add in all the other expenses like your children's gymnastic fees, your own gym fees, miscellaneous subscriptions, etc. Why? The last Great Depression lasted for 10 years. Even though you will probably drop all of the side expenses with only 6 months saved, you will have a long way to go before the Depression journey is likely to end. Even the great newspaper magnate William Randolph Hearst had to cut back in the last Great Depression. Hearst Castle, with a marble outdoor swimming pool and a gold inlaid indoor swimming pool, ceiling tiles imported from around the globe, was worth $25 million. This is the house, was worth $25 million before the last Great Depression. Once the Depression began, even this multimillionaire had to stop further construction of his masterpiece, and some of it was never ever completed. Still, having a good sized savings setback is highly advisable. Anything you can set back and be prepared to put toward whatever it is you need in case there is a Great Depression or some other economic downturn. Okay, so one thing for the taking care of the money part of it is to reduce high interest debt. If at all possible, don't just reduce it, work to eliminate it altogether. The unemployment rate in the last Great Depression soared from 4% to 25% in its peak in 1933. It's hard to make loan payments on your cars, your house, and credit cards if you end up being in the 25% unemployed category, especially if you're in a 2 household income. One motivator to get rid of debt, particularly high interest rate debt, is to find out how much you pay in interest and fees alone on your credit cards and other debts that charge interest. You would likely be surprised how much you do incur. Create a budget. Take the time to sit down and critically determine where all your money goes. Not just the big items like rent, mortgage, car payments, fuel costs, vehicle maintenance, electric and gas bills, phones, cable, childcare, etc. How much do you really spend on groceries? How much of what you categorize as groceries is actually a trip to the coffee shop or a quick drive-through meal? List all your subscriptions: Netflix, YouTube Premium, Disney Plus, Peacock, Prime Video, video game sites, etc. List the $5 toy you bought for your child while in the grocery store line. List and categorize everything. Put numbers to everything and then add them up. Once you catch your breath, start deciding how you want to move from there. Make a calendar for all your bills showing the date that they are due and set the date that coincides with your pay periods to pay these bills in full and on time to save late fees. You don't have to give up on your favorite coffee shop or your favorite streaming service. Just know how much they cost and put them together in your budget. Just realizing the many directions that your money goes can be a real eye-opener. Knowing exactly what your expenses are will go a long way to helping you to know how to set the budget that works for you. Review your insurance coverages. Go over your insurance plans to determine what you still need and are not covered by, or find something that you no longer need. Sit down with your insurance agent to come up with the best coverage for your possessions. Review your health insurance coverage too. Know what you're paying for and what you're covered for and what you're not covered for in your plan. And above all else, continue to contribute to retirement. No matter what the stock market is doing, the cryptocurrencies, etc., continue to put back money and invest in your future and retirement. So, number 2 is develop self-reliance skills. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that you need to know how to start a fire with a stick and a string. Now, if you already have that skill, good, okay? Do you know how to fix your dishwasher or other appliances? Can you do regular maintenance work on your vehicles, mowers, boats, etc.? Do you know basic carpentry skills? Learn how to take care of your own possessions so you don't have to call someone every time something needs attention. If you have the money to pay for someone, fine. Still, know how to do it yourself in case there is no one available to do the work needed. Learn basic medical skills. You don't have to get a PhD, but you should take a course or two in medical training. Know how to do CPR. Know how to stop a bleed. Know how to treat a person in shock. Call the paramedics, but also know what to do and what not to do before the medical personnel arrive. There are many classes that will teach you these skills, and some even to teach you how to suture nasty cuts in a particularly difficult situation. Know what medicines to keep on hand for your family. Have a basic first aid kit. A little bit of medical knowledge can go a long way until the proper help arrives. And number 3, community building. It is unreasonable to believe that you can be the lone wolf and expect to survive the next Great Depression or any other catastrophe, such as grid down situations, government collapse, whatever your mind can conjure up. Surround yourself with some sort of support system is paramount. If you are out chopping wood for your winter stores and slip with the axe, gashing your leg badly, do you really think that you will be able to stop bleeding and care for this wound yourself? This is not the movies. And you are not the lone hero that can stop a femoral artery nick with a belt and then walk back to your cabin and stitch it up. Hermits are never considered of sound mind. Talking to your pets can help with the loneliness, but there's also a reason that single women living alone are called crazy cat ladies. The human brain needs more stimulus than eye-to-eye, paw-to-the-face communication. Even man's best friend, the trusty dog, can't fill the role of human interaction. Having help fixing your roof after a windstorm, someone to chat with while cooking the evening meal, brainstorming with someone to find a better way to make a particular chore easier, making future plans with someone helps you to remember that, yes, this too shall pass. One person alone lives in a very small world. Take time to connect with others. Learn new skills together. There are many wonderful online communities that can help you in a variety of ways, and I'm involved in a few of them. And even though I'm grateful for these communities, I also take the time and effort to connect with people in my area, people that I can converse with in person. Hunt together, garden together, break bread together. Yes, they will get on your nerves on occasion, just like you will get on their nerves. This might be a good time to spend a few minutes alone so that you can get your attitude right before reconnecting again. That's just part of life. Some other suggestions made to help you get through the prospect of another Great Depression is to explore alternative means of creating income. Your job may be your primary source of income, but looking into other options before a significant economic downturn can help you get back on your feet more quickly than others who were caught off guard and are struggling to replace income that they may have lost. Retrain for a different job or upskill to make yourself more valuable. The more skills you have, the easier it is for you to secure other sources of income should the need arise. Another thing to consider is to protect yourself from fraudsters. Those who are struggling, desperate, or just plain dishonest will look at the unsuspecting person to be their next victim. Don't lose your valuable assets to someone else. Stay informed. Know what is going on in the world, your country, your neighborhood. There's no need to become obsessive about it, but good information is the best arsenal for you to make wise decisions. Most of all, maintain a positive outlook. If you are prepared, informed, and connected when things look bleak, you will know that you have most likely done all you can for your family. After that, it's up to God. After all, He does look out for His children. So, what did I leave out? What do you suggest for those who are struggling in their journey in preparing for the next Great Depression? Send me an email at theciaellis@gmail.com, theciaellis@gmail.com. I want to remind you that to look into the fold card, look down into the notes below, and there's a link below to the fold card. This is a prepaid debit card, and they're actually getting things ready to do an actual credit card too. There's a waiting list going on for that, but a prepaid debit card that you use to pay for things that you pay for already. You can either use it for just when you go to the store or go out to eat, but you can also set it up to actually pay your bills with it. And the more money that you spend using this card, the more Satoshis, which are miniature pieces of Bitcoin, that you can add up over time. And it's a easy, free way to collect Bitcoin, add up your Satoshis to earn some Bitcoin. And I say free because it's not costing you any more to do this than what you're already going to be buying anyway. I highly recommend it. I have actually had been able to, over some time, accrued, for me, a pretty good amount of money. And like I said, it didn't cost me anything extra. I'd appreciate it if you would give me a 5-star review and tell others about this podcast. I do other things too, but I'm also really enjoying this next Great Depression series that I'm doing. And I'm looking forward to doing the research for the next one. I can be found on X under theciaellis. I do several times a week one recording of just a scripture that I've saved, and also the quotes. I do quotes. I memorize them and put them on there. But I also put pretty much everything I do on X, whether it's a podcast or a video of any one of my YouTube channels. You can be found on X. My website is grandmashomestead.farm. Farm Animal Life I have is another YouTube channel, Kinsey Lackey Sports. And then I can also be found on Instagram, TikTok, and Rumble under some form of theciaellis or theciaellis. I also now have a Facebook page for Grandma's Homestead, this Grandma's Homestead Facebook page. All right, guys. I hope that this gave you some information, at least give you a little bit more encouragement to move forward in getting ready for the next Great Depression. Like I said, may not happen even in your lifetime, but these tips can get you prepared for pretty much anything in your life to the best of your ability and leave your family taken care of no matter what. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. God bless. I'll see you next time.